from the University of Sydney in Australia.
Sorry, Professor, we missed part of that. Could you start again?
Right. Hello, or g'day as we say in my country. I'm Professor Anthony Cowles, guest lecturer from the University of Sydney in Australia. I hope you folks will bear with me tonight. Folks at the uni have asked us to use the ediphone to record tonight's lecture. What next, eh? Tonight I'd like to, I'll be discussing the cult of darkness in Polynesia and the Southwest Pacific. So, to begin, I'd like to start with the Marshall Islands. Could you advance to the next slide, please? Thank you very much. So, here we... Problem with the recorder. It'll just have to try to keep up. So, then, another of the cults in this region is an Aboriginal belief in a god known to them as the Father of all bats. In this primitive form of worship, the believers are thought to have made human sacrifices to their god, and in doing so they became worthy to receive a visitation by the Father of all bats, and once this god was enticed to appear, he would conquer all men. The sacrificial victims were run through a gauntlet of worshippers who struck them repeatedly with a bat. Sorry, I don't mean that kind of bat. I mean a cudgel or a club. And this club was embedded with the sharp teeth of bats. The teeth were coated with a poison, somehow derived from fermented bat droppings. Apparently, victims went mad before they died. It's said leaders of the cult could take the form of bat-winged snakes, and this enabled them to steal sacrifices from across the land. Now, my evidence suggests this cult's gone extinct or dormant at any rate, and these rites haven't been practiced for hundreds of years. However, if we look to the southeast, the song cycle mentions a place where enormous beings gathered somewhere in this region of Western Australia. The songs say that these gods were not at all like men, and built great sleeping walls and dug caves, but living winds blew down the gods and overthrew them, destroying their sleeping places. When this happened, the way was open for the Father of all bats, who came overexposed, but in this slide these men are standing near what could be interpreted as a carved stone of megalithic proportions. If you look here and here, you can see markings that could be some kind of decoration. Unfortunately, Mr. McWhirr's party, who found these megaliths, were assaulted shortly after the discovery. Interestingly, the report given by Mr. McWhirr suggested the death of one of his men came from hundreds of small punctures, thus bringing to mind the abandoned practices of the sandbat cult. Authorities made this from this region here, near the Arafura Sea in northern Australia. The legend tells of the Father of all bats engaged in a battle of wits with Rainbow Snake, the Aboriginal deification of water and the creator of life. Now, Rainbow Snake is no dummy, and he traps Sandbat and his clan in the depths of a watery place from which Sandbat can only complain but remains unable to trouble the people. Thank you. Now, before I take your questions, I just want to make sure that we got all that on the recording. Is it all right, Daniel?
Yes, Professor, Oh, wait. Let me check the